What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you MSI's Click BIOS 5, and this is running on their X99A Tomahawk motherboard. Now, this BIOS is pretty much the same throughout their entire X99 line, so we've covered this BIOS in the past. Just a little refresher, though, to show you what it's all about, and again, kind of guide you through it if you are a first-time user. So, when you boot up your PC, you should be loaded into this screen, which is the easy mode here. So this is, again, for first-time users. It really helps you just set everything up all in one place. So we have all of our information up here, as you can see. Now, our memory does not have XMP profiles, but if it did, you could set it here. And then Game Boost, which is instant overclocking, you can turn that on and instantly overclock your system. And you see we have all of these tabs here. So this one for CPU just gives us our information on our CPU and all that kind of stuff. Our memory, again, just shows you all of our memory info. Storage, you can see we just have one drive in there. And the mode that it's running in. Fan info, you can go into this and you can see our fan curve and all of that. And we can actually go into settings, and it brings up this really nice overlay where we can set everything up. It's really cool, and it shows you your current temperatures and all that kind of stuff. And you can change your fan curve, which is nice, that you can do it all within the BIOS. I believe if I just hit escape, hit escape, and you get right out of there. And then you go to help, and this is just all of your hotkeys that you can go ahead and, so you know them. So if you want to take a screenshot or go to your favorites or save or anything, you know what all the hotkeys are. We have M-Flash, and I'm not going to go into it, but that allows you to easily flash this BIOS. So you can do it, I believe they do offer, you can do it through the internet, and you can do it through your, if you have a USB flash drive, you can go ahead and do that. We have a favorites menu, which you can also get right up top here, but our favorites, I have nothing set, but you can go ahead and set favorites. And if we go back into that help, you can favorites assistant F2. I believe you can easily like go over something and set it as a favorite, which is really nice, because again, if you're always changing memory settings or always overclocking your CPU, you can have everything in your favorites, so you don't have to dive down into menus to find it. Hardware monitor, I'll open that up. Again, it's pretty much the same thing that we saw, but this is fan control. I don't believe there's anything else in here. Just temperature, fan control. We're monitoring our CPU temperature. We can click this one, and it will go to our system temperature, and we can see all of our voltages, and we can change everything, set all to full speed, all to default. You can do all that kind of stuff, so pretty cool in there. And then we have LAN option ROM. We have our HD audio controller, so you can easily like turn these things on or off. CPU fan warning control. If you're using some different type of CPU cooler where your fan is not connected to the CPU header, you can go ahead and turn that off. You can set your hard drive mode, fast boots, and BIOS log review. And the BIOS log review brings up any changes you've made. So if you're going through and you're doing overclocking and you change anything, this easily shows you all of your changes. So you're like, oh, why didn't that work, or why didn't I do anything? You can see all of your changes, which is nice. Now that is the easy mode. Oh, and here's your boot priority. And the way these work is you can just move them like that. See how I did that? So you can easily change your boot priority. It's extremely simple and easy to do. But again, if you want to dive down even deeper than what's here, you hit advanced mode. You can either click it or just hit F7. And we're into this main screen, but again, it's very easy to navigate. So motherboard settings, we have system status, advanced boot, security, save and exit. Again, nothing major in here. This is pretty much everything you would set up, integrated peripherals, USB configuration, like all that stuff you'd want to set up. I'm not going to go into all of it, just because most of you guys know what this is, and you can kind of, this is pretty much the same on every motherboard. But we'll go into OC settings, and this is where you're going to, if you're doing any overclocking, you're going to set everything yourself. So, we would change this, say, to advanced, and we can change all of our CPU core ratios and do all that kind of stuff. And then, you can set your DRAM timings and all that kind of stuff. You can do a lot of different things in here. And then here's all your voltages as well. So you can go down in pretty deep and set all of your voltages, CPU specifications, and then we go into CPU technology support, and we can see everything that we have running in there. And memory Z, that's all of our timings, and we can see that what everything is running as it goes through. And then CPU features, this is where you might want to go into. You might want to turn off certain things, like if you're doing overclocking, you probably want to turn C states off. You know, all of that stuff, all your power limits, you want to turn all of this stuff on and off. You can do it all in here. So it's really easy to find all this stuff, you know, to change everything. And it's all in this one menu, which is really nice. You know, you don't have to jump through a ton of menus to go into all of this. And so yeah, it's like I said, it's all in one menu, really easy to find everything. And one thing that's cool I didn't mention is that if you're over a certain setting, like whatever, you know, this voltage is, this ring voltage, if you're not sure, if you go over here to help, it tells you about it. And then there's just, you know, your info, which is your voltages and stuff. But pretty cool to see, you know, again, if you are new to, if you are new to everything, the help really, you know, it kind of tells you what it's about. So if you are changing settings, you know what you're doing. M-Flash, which I talked about, we'll go out of here. M-Flash, which I talked about, again, it allows you to easily flash your BIOS. OC profile, you can load up to 6 overclocking profiles, and you can save them on the motherboard themselves. So again, if you have one profile for overclocking, one profile for gaming, you can, you know, set those up and save them. And hardware monitor, it's the same thing that we saw before, so we can see, you know, our CPU and system temperatures in real time. We can see our fan, which, you know, you can set up the different fan modes. You can do all that in here. And then Board Explorer is kind of interesting. So here's an overview of our board, and we can see, you know, what's installed. We can see, you know, we have an i7-5960X installed there. You can see that we have an NVIDIA graphics card running at X16 speed. As you hover over everything, they kind of change. So you can see, you know, if anything's connected to USB, which I don't have anything connected there. You can see here, there it goes. You can see here that we do have our Kingston hard drive installed to the one SATA connector there. It kind of just shows you what you have going on, and if you are new to this kind of stuff, it kind of just teaches you a lot, and it teaches you what's connected. And if you're having issues like with your motherboard, if say like this, you know, we had 4 you know, all of these populated and one wasn't showing, I could see that this one isn't showing and there's no memory installed, or it's a bad piece of memory and it's not being detected. You know, as here I can see that I have memory installed. So it's really cool. You know, Board Explorer, we've seen this a lot on a lot of different motherboards. So that is basically it. And then when you go to save, you know, you hit F10 and you go ahead and save, and again you can see those change settings. And we messed around with that really quick. I changed that to advanced. But again, you can see that before you go ahead and save everything. So that is basically it. This is MSI's Click BIOS 5. I know I went through it very quickly, so if you have any questions about this BIOS, or if you're having trouble with different settings, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. Until next time, catch you guys later.